Got a new rule we need to apply, straight up Bill Maher style. If you're on the left and you're on the Democrat side and you get caught in a massive billion-dollar boondoggle scandal and you lose the Young Turks on your splitting hair talking points, you're doing it wrong. Guys, this video is going to make your jaw drop to hear the things that they're about to say, including throwing other states under the bus. Guys, the rock has been lifted and the creepy crawlies are going everywhere. This one, you're going to need to send out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Listen, we're going to dive right into this. I'm not going to bury the lead. Every second of what we're about to show you is crucially important. You can, of course, follow me on X at Braden LOA. Let's dive right in. This is the Young Turks. This clip and segment is from a show that is far left progressive. We are talking real far left socialist progressive, okay? We're not talking middle. We're talking, whoa! All right, watch.
So this is Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open up!
They said, they spelled learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up! We have ice!
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million over
Don't
the
open up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
You just
Okay, before Anna takes over, I want to highlight the most perfect example of the leftist liberal Democrat voter in blue cities and states. Ice! Ma'am, what are you talking? Ice! Ma'am, what are you? Ice! Go away! Go away! Okay. Someone is off their meds, is walked away from the MS Now, which is a main dietary supplement, apparently, along with intravenous interviews with The View. My God, talk about mainlining liberalism brainwashing. That could not have been a more perfect addition to this segment. Okay? They aren't ICE. ICE doesn't walk around with a teenager and an old dude with a camera. Sorry, it's not really what they do, but make sure you get the camera out and start screaming ICE, being further fulfilling the stereotype that is the lefties. All right, this is one of those things. Of course, we're talking about the $9 to $18 billion in fraud, but I want you to pay attention to something incredibly, massively key on the left when they are trying to navigate this, because this is a quagmire they do not want to talk about. And I do want to draw a little bit of attention to the ping pong ball that has been the follow the story situation, because the left thought they had the whole thing in the bag about 2 months ago. Well, now they're like, holy crap sandwich, we have no money and we're wasting everybody else's. This is an infuriating story, no matter how you slice it. But I want you to pay attention to what she says in her setup. Watch this. This is really key to understand the leftist mindset. And I'm not attacking her as an individual. This is the ideology and the policy preferences. Watch this.
watched a snippet of a report that went viral, carried out by a 23-year-old independent journalist and YouTuber by the name of Nick Shirley. Now, he describes himself as a YouTube journalist, and along with a gentleman by the name of David, the two of them visited various child daycare centers that had been receiving grants funded by state and federal taxes to show that these entities are not actually operating as child daycare centers. In fact, they believe that these centers are committing fraud off the taxpayers' dime. Now, this story kind of piggybacks off of something that broke earlier this year in November. There was a huge story that was published in the New York Times about fraud cases in the Minneapolis area. And most of these, nonprofits or these little businesses that were popping up and basically benefiting from COVID era public money were Somali owned. Now, two things are happening at the same time.
All right. You have to see where this is going, because obviously fraud is bad and no one likes fraud. Everyone hates fraud, despises fraud. It's very, very simple. But then they've also got to balance this little angle of, well, the reporting was clearly done prior. I mean, there was an expose in the New York Times. So really, Nick Shirley didn't do anything. They're splitting the hair of trying to say, like, well, this YouTuber didn't do anything. It was really the New York Times. Does it make it better? That's the question that I want to ask you. Does it make the $9 billion or $18 billion fraud in your big expose blow up of, oh, the New York Times covered it a month before? So, who cares? This is the entire point. Well, this YouTuber didn't break this story. How could doesn't matter where it was broken from. The point is it exists in a blue-run state, which is emblematic of the handling of tax and spend liberalism policies. This is not difficult. Don't worry. The splitting of the hairs is about to continue. Watch this.
And these fraud cases appear to be very serious and very real. On the other hand, the issue itself has become incredibly politicized, with the right kind of using it, the right and also, let's keep it real, Israel defenders kind of using it as a distraction to both demonize Muslims in the country, demonize immigrants in the country, while also taking some of the heat and pressure off of Israel's ongoing genocide and expansionist project in the Middle East. However, regardless,
Israel! It's obviously Israel! I mean, oh my God, everything's Israel. I had to buy some new shoes this morning because I broke my other shoes, and that's Israel's fault. I mean, I had some woolen socks, and I had a run in my woolen socks, and then my cat ate the other woolen sock. And you know what? It's an Israeli cat. I'm kind of wearing thin on every single thing being Israel's fault. The other thing is, how is Somali automatically associated to Muslim? So the right-wing angle is, ooh, these evil Muslims. I haven't heard the word Muslim or Islam mentioned one time. I've heard the word Minnesota. I've heard the word fraud. I've heard the word, Somali. But just because you're Somali doesn't mean that you are a Muslim. That's a little bit insensitive to assume someone's religion. See how this game works? We can do it too. But now we're going to go to the next level because these evil right-wingers. I'm going to tie it all together. Just watch.
Of the bad faith actors who might be using this for terrible political purposes, the fact remains that it appears that close to $9 billion, according to prosecutors, have been stolen from taxpayers in the Minneapolis area as a result of these fraudulent businesses. And I want to give you more details about it in just a second. But before I do, Cenk, your 2 cents.
Yeah, so this fraud obviously happened. People have been arrested already. On the other hand, people have been arrested already, so it's not like a YouTuber figured it out a day ago. So I want to get into the details. The question isn't whether fraud happened, it's how big it is and why it hasn't been stopped. And then the second issue is, how much is this happening all across the country in so many different states? And I want to give you some examples, including blue states like New York and California.
Yes, absolutely. Because while this story in particular is terrible when you consider the amount of money that was allegedly defrauded from taxpayers, states like California have defrauded taxpayers at a much larger, figure. And I'll give you some of those details in just a minute.
Okay, there's the big payoff. They have to balance and split the hair of the blue states. It's worse in California, it's worse in New York, it's the same in Minnesota, it's across the board, and it is bad, fraud is bad, but it's not all of this individual, and it's not all government spending, it's just inherent in the entire system. But and again, the splitting of the hair is the important piece. If you can't have an articulate argument that is meant to actually support your position, and you have to constantly make these new little angles of, oh, it's racism against Muslim or Somalis, it's judgment against Muslims. I mean, no, it's just fraud. It's Israel's fault because somehow they made the Somalis do this. I mean, literally, all of these things, their hand is caught in the cookie jar so hard, and they don't know how to get out. This is going to be abysmally bad as it continues because it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. But listen, that's what I've got for you guys. I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See ya.